Welcome to the deep dive. In a world just saturated with information, really understanding what matters and why it matters can feel like a full-time job sometimes. That's exactly why we're here. Today, we're going to cut through some of that noise. We're bringing you a focused deep dive into a recent, pretty high-profile cybersecurity incident. And it's one that actually offers some crucial insights into digital security for all of us. We're talking about the digital security breach that recently shook Jharkhand's political landscape. I mean, the hacking of the Jharkhand Mukti Morchas, that's the JMM, their official social media account. We've got a stack of sources here, and our mission really is to distill the core details, look at the official responses, and critically explore the wider implications. And look, while this happened in a very specific political context, the lessons here about digital vulnerability and information security, they're remarkably universal. So, okay, let's unpack this. The incident itself was pretty stark. The official JMM account on X, formerly Twitter specifically at JM Sharkin, it was infiltrated by cybercriminals. The immediate red flag, and frankly the thing that grabbed the headlines, was the inappropriate content that got posted directly from that compromised account. It instantly drew widespread attention to, well, a significant security lapse. When you hear infiltrated by cybercriminals in a high-profile case like this, what's the first thing that comes to your mind about, how they might have done that, even if the specifics aren't public yet?
Right.
Is this just like a simple password guess, or are we talking something far more elaborate?
Yeah, that's a crucial question, isn't it? And it really highlights the evolving nature of these threats. While the exact method, as you said, remains undisclosed, incidents like this targeting public figures, organizations, they rarely boil down to just a simple password guess or even, basic phishing anymore. What's often fascinating here, and a bit scary, is the sophistication involved. We're typically looking at more advanced tactics, maybe a well-researched spear phishing campaign.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, tailored specifically for key individuals within the organization. Attackers might impersonate a trusted source, trying to trick staff into revealing credentials. Or it could even be exploiting, say, unpatched software vulnerabilities, turning a seemingly innocuous link click into a full system compromise.
Wow.
It's a level of targeted effort that honestly many personal users just wouldn't anticipate.
That distinction you made between basic phishing and spear phishing, that feels critical. It really makes you wonder about their preparedness, doesn't it? So once this breach went public, how did the chief minister and the JMM party actually respond to such a direct digital attack? Well, Chief Minister Hemant Soren, who's also the central president of the JM party, he wasted absolutely no time. He promptly acknowledged it, confirmed the hacking. His response was immediate and very public. He actually took to social media himself, directly tagging the relevant authorities to demand action. Specifically, he tagged at Jharkhand Police, at X Corp India, that's X obviously, and at Global Affairs. And his demand was crystal clear and urgent: a swift investigation into the matter and the immediate securing of the hacked account. He really emphasized that those responsible for the cybercrime needed to be identified and, brought to justice quickly.
Right. And the chief minister's rapid and, importantly, public response here serves a kind of dual purpose. It's actually a pretty smart strategic move in incident management.
How so?
Well, on one hand, it's about public assurance,
Right.
demonstrating to citizens that the government is aware and taking immediate steps to address this digital vulnerability. But on the other hand, it's also a clear public declaration. It says, look, cybercrime like this won't be tolerated, and accountability is a priority. It sets a precedent, aiming maybe to deter future attacks and just underscore the seriousness with which they view digital integrity. And as you mentioned, the tagging, it also leverages the public nature of social media itself to apply pressure on the platforms, like X Corp India, to act swiftly too.
That's a really interesting point about using the platform publicly like that. So, okay, beyond the immediate response to this specific incident, what does a breach of this magnitude tell us about the broader digital security picture across Jharkhand, especially for political organizations and public entities?
Yeah, this incident has, quite understandably, sparked considerable discussion. People are asking about the overall state of cybersecurity in Jharkhand, particularly concerned of how political organizations and, public officials protect their digital presence. It's certainly been a bit of a wake-up call for many, I think.
Indeed. And this breach, it raises some really important questions about the robustness, the strength of the digital security measures currently in place, especially for protecting sensitive accounts and information for these high-profile targets. The focus now turns not just to recovering the compromised account, which is, the immediate tactical goal.
Right, the
Right.
first step, exactly. But also to how Jharkhand's cyber cell, that's their dedicated digital forensics and security unit and other technical agencies, will respond. How will they enhance their overall cyber defense strategies to prevent future occurrences? It's about auditing existing protocols, perhaps looking at employee training, assessing the infrastructure itself. It's a bigger picture thing.
So we're talking about moving from just reacting to being more proactive, hopefully.
Precise.
You might be wondering then, is this JMM hack just a one-off, an isolated event? Or is it actually part of a larger, more persistent pattern of digital threats in that region? Well, unfortunately, our sources do confirm that the JMM account hack isn't really an isolated incident in Jharkhand. There have been clear previous attempts by cybercriminals to defraud individuals, often by creating fake social media accounts, and we've seen concrete examples of this. There's been past targeting of prominent state officials, including Jharkhand's Director General of Police, Anurag Gupta, and also a senior Indian Administrative Service, or IAS, officer Manju. So this isn't exactly a new threat. It seems to be an ongoing, recurring challenge.
And that's the critical takeaway here, I think. These past events, when you couple them with this latest breach, they really highlight a pervasive pattern, a pattern of cybercriminal activity specifically targeting high-profile individuals and institutions in the region.
So it suggests something more coordinated.
It could. It points perhaps to a common vector of attack or maybe an ongoing campaign against state figures. This doesn't feel purely opportunistic. It suggests a more sustained effort. It's that constant cat-and-mouse game. Attackers continuously evolve their methods, and defenders have to adapt just as quickly. And the implications, they go beyond just individual accounts. It's about the security of information, the integrity of communication, and ultimately it's about public trust in official channels.
Right. So to sort of bring it all together then,
Yep.
this JMM hack is a really potent reminder, isn't it, of the inherent digital vulnerabilities that even prominent organizations face. It underscores the critical need for an incredibly swift, decisive official response. And perhaps most importantly, it highlights the relentless, evolving nature of cyber threats. They're just a persistent feature of our connected world now.
Exactly. This deep dive, I think, has shown us that digital security is far from being just a technical issue, something confined to IT departments. It's fundamentally about maintaining public trust, ensuring the integrity of official communications, and really safeguarding governance itself, especially when misinformation can spread instantly from a compromised official source. Knowledge, as they say, is truly most valuable when it's understood and applied to these real-world implications.
That's a really powerful thought to end on, because as we all navigate this increasingly connected world where even official, high-profile accounts can clearly be compromised, it kind of begs a more personal question for all of us, doesn't it? Consider this. Beyond the technical tools, the firewalls and whatnot, what are the subtle, maybe unseen vulnerabilities in your digital life? Perhaps it's in the way you interact with information online, or the assumptions you make about who's really on the other end of a message. And how can incidents like this JMM hack maybe prompt all of us to think a bit more critically? Not just about what we protect, but how we engage with those digital footprints we're all leaving behind.